Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? Jared Fuller here. Today is Sunday, June 30th, 2019. So glad you could join me for another edition of the Sunday video update. Yeah, it's different. Different location this week, guys. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit so we can... there we go. We get better focus there. Okay, good. I have to use my cell phone because for some reason my $50 webcam is having technical difficulties, so I have no idea how to fix it. I have other webcams, of course, that I could potentially use, and we'll see how that goes for next week. But as for this week, we're in our camper. It's the first week of Sunday, or summer. This is Sunday, first week of Sunday. This is our first week of summer. And I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll get a little light. There we go. Get some more light shining in. I do apologize for the glare from the light, by the way. I hope you all had a wonderful week. My week was pretty good. I've been here, been there. My brother's girlfriend is now home. She was in intensive care. She did something really stupid, and she was in intensive care in the hospital. Then she was in Bay City for a short period of time. Now she's back home in Saginaw. Dad and Amy, they went to visit her yesterday at her home, and then they went out to Applebee's for dinner, which was nice. I was gone yesterday. I went on a little joyride of my own. And for clarity, the humming that you're hearing in the background is an air conditioner, so hopefully it won't be too much of a disruption to the video, and hopefully you can hear everything I'm saying, because Jared likes to talk. But no, everything here is good. So there were some things I wanted to talk about, but before I get to that, I want to remind all of you to visit GuideStar.org. GuideStar.org has a complete and comprehensive listing of all the 501c3 nonprofit organizations and LLCs approved by the federal government of the United States of America. Don't be fooled, don't be duped. Visit GuideStar.org today. And I can't help but look at this cute pink orca whale, or whatever it is. Willie went pink. So anyway, there's a lot to go over. So my stepdad, he's back home, or actually he's on a nursing home. He'll be there for about 2 or 3 more days, give or take. They just want to make sure that he's okay and that he's going to be able to take care of himself. Of course, as far as I know, hospice, or maybe not hospice, it's the people who come in to help him, give him baths and things like that. They'll still be coming in. But other than that, I mean, he seems to be in good spirits. I haven't been to see him yet. Hopefully I'm going to be doing that soon. So there were some things I wanted to get out of the way. So last week I had shared a package that I got in the mail from someone who's been giving me shit for the past, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And this is continuing, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to talk about it because I want the problem to go away. I want the problem to subside. I want these people to leave me the fuck alone. And they just won't. So I shared something that this person, she's infatuated with me. I don't understand why, but she is. She sent me a shirt that said State Prison. And I had mentioned that last week. And someone had told my dad on Facebook, and it was a message for me, that I could be sued for libel. Well, guess what? That goes both ways, because it seems like every time I defend myself, you're always trying to silence me, that, oh, every time Jared tries to defend himself, we're going to threaten him with lawsuits. We're going to use legal terms to get him to be quiet so he can't defend himself, so we can just continue on with the most egregious bullshit imaginable. And I hate to burst your bubble, but that's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. If you're going to sit there and talk shit about me, I'm going to defend myself. It's not against the law. It's no more illegal than it is for you to sit and do the shit you're doing to me and the shit you've been doing for the past 3 years, which is, you know, cyberbullying, sending me shit in the mail that I didn't ask for, that kind of shit. What you're doing is also illegal, and I could countersue you if you want to take this into some kind of a legal action, because I am done playing fucking games with idiots. I'm done. And speaking in legal terms and legality and things like that, I'm still waiting for someone to file a police report. You know, I had put the offer on the table. It's been about a month now, and still nothing. So I'm kind of curious what the holdup is, because if you have something on me, put it in a police report. Oh, because it's illegal to file a false police report. It's a felony. That's why you haven't done it. Okay, so can we just grow up? Can we, like, cut the shit now? Because I'm just really fed up. I'm really sick and tired of playing these games. So, libel. No more than you're doing it to me, but when I defend myself, I'm not being threatened with lawsuits when I defend myself as a way to keep me silent or as a way to shut me up. Okay, Russ Boggs? Or should I say Jack Karstens? Or should I say Safely For You? You're a moron. That's it. You're harassing me, and it's going to stop. Period. So, moving on. I was on Owasso yesterday, and I decided to go have some Chinese food because I like Chinese food. Chinese food is good. And let's see, on Friday, because, okay, yesterday I was on Owasso. Friday, I think it was Friday, I was at my friend's house in Oakley, either Thursday or Friday. My buddy Greg needed help downloading music. He didn't know how to do it, so I went over there and helped him, visited with him for a little while. The kids were out swimming, and then they came in, noticed I was there, gave me a hug. And it's like, okay, cool, it's good to see you guys again. And I visited for probably a good half hour, 45 minutes. And it was nice to be around people who wanted me there. And, I still have friends out there. I don't really mingle with a lot of people now because it's just, it seems like anymore, it's like, it feels like a risk. Like, it feels like, okay, I'm friends with these people today, but what the fuck is going to get said tomorrow? And it's going to trash and completely obliterate the friendship. So it's like, okay, I'm going to keep to myself for a little while, kind of experiment with that again. But I know my friends better than that. They wouldn't turn me away over something they heard, like most good friends. Because hearsay, it's just hearsay. There's no facts. There's no, they can take something and spin it into what they want it to say. Like most people I know. But no, I don't have that problem with them. And that's what I like about my friendships. I still have people who want me to come visit them. I have family in the Upper Peninsula. I consider them my family. One sec. Excuse me. I have family and friends in the Upper Peninsula. They want me to come back. I have friends from all over. They want me to either come back and see them, or they want me to come and visit them for the first time. I'm still going to Louisiana next month. I'm looking forward to that. I've been talking about that a lot to my dad. There's, a matter of fact, there's some friends of mine in Oklahoma that want me to come and visit them, and there was something else I wanted to kind of briefly touch on, is that a good friend of mine who lives in Oklahoma, he's a bereaved parent. His son passed away from cancer some time ago, and he turned to this organization to shed light, or to remember him, to remember his son who passed away. They ignored his request. And I know who it is because I've also had personal run-ins with them myself in the past. And it ticked me off when because we were having this conversation in text message, and it pissed me off so much to the point where, you know what, I want to talk about it in this week's Sunday video update, because nobody should be treated that way. You want to call this a community? Then we need to start fucking acting like it, and we need to stop picking and choosing who we want to talk about, who we want to who we want to discuss, who we want to put as a poster child for childhood cancer. I'm sick of that. It is a false image. That's not what childhood cancer is. I'm sick of this idea that only people with nonprofit organizations know what it's like to give back because they have like minds. That is such crap. I don't have a nonprofit organization. I've given a lot of myself to a lot of people for the past 6 years. I've taken out of my own pocket and had given it to parents of children battling cancer just to make sure that they had money for gas or money for food and lodging, or hey, take the kid to see a movie. I've covered that. That was on me. But you don't see me getting on Facebook bragging about it. And I'm not bragging about it here. I'm just making the fact that you don't have to have a nonprofit organization to understand what it's like to give back. And I am so over that. I'm over this image that, or this idea that it's cool to be sick. That childhood cancer is a fashion statement. It's not. It never was. We need to stop treating it as such. And to the one friend, we've gotten really close as friends. I consider him a brother. He had a short blog post on his website. And it's like, I read it and I agreed with everything he said. That, I can start my own nonprofit organization. But guess what? You don't have to have a nonprofit organization to understand giving. And I'm not throwing shade at anybody who has a nonprofit organization, because I'm very good friends with people who are CEOs and they are board members of 501c3s. So I'm not throwing shade at all. I'm not going to obliterate them verbally. But what I'm saying is that you don't need that in order to help. You don't. It's not necessary. While they are beneficial, they're not necessary. And my friend was really upset about this. I mean, we had a back and forth conversation. I even told him to call me if he needed somebody to talk to, and I hope he will call me so we can have a chat, a back and forth. But I understand his frustration, because it's the same organization, and I know who it is, that they wanted to also engage in lying and saying that I was being this horrible individual when in fact I wasn't. And I don't support anything they do, by the way. There are nonprofit organizations that I will endorse, and there are nonprofit organizations that I will not. Either because reasons of they keep most of the money, and I'm not saying that, like regular people like you and I'm talking like major organizations like ACS. I don't donate a dime to the ACS. So that's out into the open now. Because they keep most of the money for themselves and give very little to the research and funding. So I don't give a dime to ACS. But I'm not going to go through the list of organizations that I support and don't support, because that could take a long time. But just as an example, I don't support ACS. But there are organizations I don't support either for that reason, or because the CEOs and the board members behind those organizations are arrogant and they are self-indulgent, which means that they make it all about themselves. They want to, they do it for the glory more than the cause. I'm not about that. I want to help people. That's why I say screw all that. While I do understand that nonprofit organizations are good, most of them are. They're good, they're beneficial. The people are, they have a strong sense of integrity. The money goes to where it's supposed to go. It's appropriated properly. So I'll give them the kudos. But I don't have to go through the red tape of donating to an organization, although I choose to. And there are organizations that I've donated to, and I continue to donate to, and I endorse. But I don't have to do that. Like I said, I've taken money out of my pocket and just handed it to a mother or a father and said, here, you need this more than I do. Take care of your kid. And, I've done that a few times. But I'm not bragging. I'm just using that as an example, as a concrete. So, there's a lot to have to go through and pick through with a fine comb. You know, you have to just kind of dissect each, individual situation and case, and you have to look at it for what it is, and you have to weed out all the bad stuff, keep in all the good stuff. And that's what I do. And as an advocate, I'm not just a voice for childhood cancer, but I'm also a voice when it comes to, you know what? I'm more than just an advocate and a survivor, but an advocate means that you are also a watchdog of sorts, because you have to make people aware of factual information, factual instances. You don't just get to make shit up about people that you don't like, because that is a very bad reflection of your integrity. You want to be someone that people can trust, but at the same time you're going to lie, and you're going to engage in chicanery, you're going to engage in all kinds of dishonest bullshit. Don't call yourself an advocate. That's the way that is. But I've kind of gone on with that a little too long. I'm doing great. I'm actually doing quite well. And to my buddy who his son passed away, and I want to put this out there, he'll live on in my heart forever. You're my brother, I love you, and I want you to call me, and we'll have a talk, we'll have a discussion. Because your son will never be forgotten as long as I'm living, as long as you're living. So call me, we'll have a talk. But my week was pretty good. I know it's different. I mean, I don't know what's going on with the computer. I really don't understand. I think there's viruses. I think it was hacked. There's been all kinds of issues, and I don't know what's going on with it. I'll have to get it figured out. I might have to take it to a shop and have all the viruses and stuff cleaned out. If there's viruses, I'll have to take it in, get the viruses removed, and get my baby back. So yeah, there's that. Tomorrow is bill day. I have to go pay bills. I have to get the tags renewed on my driver's license. 8 days from today, 8 days from today, I will be 33. So not tomorrow, but next Monday I'll be 33. So next Sunday, when I do the video update, hopefully it will be in the house and not in the camper, because I'll be able to get things working again properly. I'll probably be talking about my birthday, or Ringo Starr's birthday, because his birthday is July 7th, and he will be 79, I think. Yeah, 79. He'll be 79. He was born July 7th, 1940, of course. For all you Beatles fanatics out there, Ringo was the oldest of the Beatles, and John was the second oldest, but I'm not going to get into that history. But I'm not really a fan of birthdays. I try not to put too much emphasis on birthdays, because they kind of get me down. There's one thing I would like, though, if I had to pick and choose one thing I wanted for my birthday this year: video greetings from my friends, cancer kids, actor friends, just random friends in general. That's what I would like. I don't think it's too much to ask. Although I probably won't get it, and I'm not looking for that to happen. I guess I'll just have to look at it as another day. It's like, it's just July 8th, no big deal. But anyway, yeah, so there's that going on. And of course, I'm going to be in Louisiana on the 19th to the 21st of July, so I'm looking forward to that. Tickets already been purchased, so there's that. And I think there was one more announcement that I wanted to make. Oh yes, there was. In celebrity news, we did lose a very well-known person. Her name was Beth Chapman. For those of you who are those of you who are fans of the TV show called Dog the Bounty Hunter, Beth Chapman, that's Dog's wife, had passed away. She had throat cancer. She was diagnosed in 2017. and she went downhill recently and she passed away. And so I wanted to use this time to offer my utmost apologies and most humble of condolences to the Chapman family. They don't watch my videos, but I'll make it known anyway that my heart goes out to Dwayne Dog Chapman and his family for their horrible loss. And cancer is a bitch, and we need to kill it. We need to bury cancer. We need to find ways of curing and make it less about ourselves and make it more about the cause. And I kind of liked what Dwayne had to say, what Dog had to say about that. He says, we need to find cures for this stuff. And I'm sad that it had taken for his wife to pass away in order for him to make a statement about cures and things like that. But when you're directly impacted by it, it's a whole different world. And that's what I try to point out, or at least try to make known to other people who aren't directly impacted by it, is that when you are, it is a completely different world. There is, you look at life in a different way. You view things differently than you would have otherwise had the diagnosis not happened. But in honesty, I hope that Dog Chapman will get on board with raising awareness. Because if push comes to shove, I mean, I'll get in contact with Dog Chapman. I don't know how I'd do it, but I mean, I'm sure there's ways of doing it, but I just don't know right off how I would get a hold of him or anyone in the family. But it's a shame that it takes for something like this to happen in order to open eyes and to make awareness come to life, because we don't want to wait until it's too late before we finally want to open up and say something. We should always say something about cancer in general. Childhood cancer, of course, like I said many times in the past, I talk about childhood cancer a lot because I was a child when I was affected by it. So, of course, childhood cancer is going to be my forte in that regard. But, and of course, you know, I've described my past history. I've gone over certain specific details seriatim, and I've over and over again I've talked about what I had gone through, how it happened, how Mom and Dad discovered that I was sick, and so on and so forth. And that's the reason I am an advocate today. But I'm a survivor always, and an advocate is just, you know, an advocate being that you are a representative. And that's what that is. I'm not an activist. I'm an advocate. I don't know. Maybe there's a difference. I don't really think there is, but I always viewed it as an activist actually does something, and an advocate is just someone who is a voice. And an activist in my eyes would be like my oncologist, or the people who administered the chemo when I was sick. Those are the activists because they're actively working towards my health. They were the steward of my health and well-being, so they would be the activists, and me standing up in opposition to childhood cancer, the disease itself, I'm saying, as an advocate, we need change. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe activist and advocate are the same. I don't know. I'll do the research. I'll look it up. But I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I don't know. But anyway, that's pretty much it for this week's Sunday video update. I can't spin out this week because I don't have a spinning office chair. I guess I should have brought that in. But I'm in this really cool camper. The air conditioning is going right now, and it feels really nice out here. So I wanted to thank all of you for watching this week's Sunday video update. and for indulging me for a little while. I've been here for, let's see, I've been here for 25 minutes. Seems like I've been here longer than that. I don't know. It just seems like I've been here for a little longer than 25 minutes. But that's really all I have to say for this week, guys. Hopefully I get my computer fixed or get the webcam fixed or figure out what the hell is going on with that. That's about it. There's really nothing else to talk about. And to my haters, maybe one day you'll grow up. Maybe one day you'll want to have a decent adult-to-adult conversation. Actually, because you're acting childish, so I don't think that's possible. But if one day you decide to mature and grow the fuck up and want to have an adult conversation with me, I'll be on the other side of that phone. Or an email, or a message on Facebook. Well, can't do it on Facebook because I have you blocked. But apparently you have my email address, you have my cell phone number. Why don't you give me a call so we can have a conversation? Because that's really what I want to do. I just want to have a talk. No name calling, no shouting. Let's have a decent, civilized conversation, if that's possible. I like to think it is, so let's see what we can do. All right? Much love to all of you. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a wonderful week. Have a safe and happy 4th of July. And remember to exercise precautionary measures while handling fireworks. Take care, guys.